My name's Whiskeylung, and I want to share my experience making a submission to SlabSharks. The purpose of this video is I think I can help you out. I want to tell you what I learned, and maybe it'll help you decide whether or not making a submission to SlabSharks is right for you. Going into this and before making a submission, I thought maybe the process could be difficult. But the reality is I've collected cards for a long time now, and I have hundreds of cards just sitting around. Cards worth anywhere between $8 and like a couple $100. And the reason I never sold them was because I was overwhelmed. Posting cards to eBay or Marketplace, it takes time. It can be annoying. You're constantly checking the sales prices, taking pictures, dealing with tire kickers. And then there's the process of mailing the cards yourself, and that's a whole thing on its own. I even had cards that were lost in the mail, and I had to eat that cost myself. So a lot of these cards in my collection, they were just sitting there, depreciating in value. So that's where SlabSharks comes in. I created an account online, got familiar with their user-friendly interface, and I also went through the helpful material that walks you through the process on slabsharks.com/sell your cards. For my first submission, I submitted 60 cards. Actually, 61. They corrected me when I inputted the wrong amount of cards. Thanks, SlabSharks, for being honest. And right up front, just to be clear, SlabSharks takes a fee based on the final sale price of your card. So it's important to send cards that make sense for you in terms of their worth, but also what you think that they will sell for. What worked for me was selling cards that were worth somewhere between $8 and $50. With a few bigger ones mixed in, I had a Roman Yossi Glory Shield that I was basically waiting for a good time to sell it, and the Predators are doing all right now, so I sent this one in. One of the first steps is filling out a consignment form, which is extremely easy. You can print it out or you can do it online. They ask for your name, your email address, package details, phone number, how many cards you're sending in. And it's worth mentioning before we go any further, you can also submit unopened wax boxes, comics, memorabilia, which is nice if you're not just dealing in raw cards or slab cards. Once you've finished filling out the consignment form, you print it out, fold it, place it in the box with your cards. I threw a couple of sheets of paper towel in there just to keep everything secure and prevent the cards from shifting around. Then you bring it to your preferred shipper, send it to the provided address corresponding to the shipper you're using, and then make sure you get a tracking number and if you want extra insurance for the cards. Once your package is in transit, you can head back to your SlabSharks account and update your submission with that tracking number. After that, you're basically waiting for them to upload your auctions. Once they do, this is where it gets fun. You can monitor all of your auctions right inside the SlabSharks interface. No messing around with eBay, bouncing back between different tabs. It's all at a bird's eye view. I found it incredibly convenient. And honestly, it's a little bit addicting to watch. As the auctions get closer to ending, that's when bids start coming in. For particularly rare cards, especially cards that maybe collectors are waiting to see populate on eBay, you can fall into some real bidding wars. From my first submission, I ended up making $662. That's $662 worth of cards that might have just found its way into my personal collection and depreciating in value over time. As you may know, with hockey card collecting, teams, players, sets, and previous year's sets might depreciate after time because the newest version of the card might be more desirable than last year's version. After all my auctions wrapped up and the buyers paid for their purchase, SlabSharks transferred me my payment. And it still blows me away how easy and frictionless this was. So if you've been sitting on a stack of slabs and you're overwhelmed with the process, I really think SlabSharks is worth looking into. If you have any questions or need help with your first submission, you can reach SlabSharks at 1-800-612-7522 or email them at support@slabsharks.com.